I introduce Miho. Miho Maehiro is an associate professor on social welfare in the Department of Human Science, Distant Learning Division, Mushoshino University, and a research student working on her dissertation after completing her doctoral studies in social welfare in the Graduate School of Sociology, Ryokuko University. Her research interests include family, especially women and child rearing, and the relationship between disability and happiness. Born and raised in a rural village in Japan, she studied social work at Southern Illinois University, Carbondale in the US, with a desire to support women questioning the male-dominated culture. She's the mother of 3 daughters and a dog, and also enjoys her activities as the president of Ryokuko, a general incorporated association that aims to create a place for mother raising children with disabilities to relax in a forest rich in nature. Thank you so much, Miho, for being here.
Hi,
Hi, Miho.
may I speak? Hi. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, thank you so much for
Nice
being
to see you.
here. Nice to see you too.
Thank you for having me here. It's my honor to be
It's my
a
honor,
speaker.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Do you have
Well,
a presentation to show?
okay, can I share my paper? Um, is it coming?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so yeah, we can see now.
Can you see it?
It works, yes, yes.
Okay, I have like 45 minutes, right?
Yes,
Uh, Okay, I might make it longer, so I have to quick skip some slides. But okay. Does it working well? Can you see well?
yes,
Can you
it's
see
okay.
everything?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Pelunian Social Work Association, having me as a first speaker. It's my honor to be here to talk about my research about happiness in Japanese language and culture. And then I'm focusing on disability. Thank you. And this is just a little introduction about myself. This is my doggy and 3 girls. And as she mentioned, I'm a mom of these girls. And then my research is about women and child rearing. And then I'd like to focus on the disability because it's kind of like still stigmatized in Japan. So, okay, this is gonna be the image of Japan. I think them, most of you will think about Japan with like Mount Fuji and beautiful flower of cherry blossoms and then temples and shrines. And at the same time, we have a busiest street in Shibuya like this. And in both sides, we have both classic and traditional culture and then this high technological culture at the same time. And it's interesting in Japanese people believe in, not many people believe in specific religion. We mix up the Shinto, the original Japanese religion, and the Buddhism, which was imported from like India and China and other countries. And then Jukyo, it's gonna be from Chinese or maybe Korean affection. But all Japanese people cannot tell the difference. I mean, we just combine all together and we admire each god or like a Buddha, whatever, um, to pay respect each god. That is our culture to believe in animism. Um, we respect for all gods, every spirits, everything like mountain, sun, moon, river, water, tree, whatever, everything has a spirit. And then we pay a big respect of each of them, everything. That's our culture. So that's why we mix up all the different religions and they call the beliefs. And then we don't tell the which one is good, which one is better, but each God has the role in a specific way. Okay, that's our background. So, what do you think is happiness in Japan? Why I decided to the research about this because in 2016 there's a, a strange, very sad incidents, large residential facility in Kanagawa Prefecture in Japan stopped more than 40 disabled people. And then he killed 19 of them because believed in disabled people produce nothing but misery. Is it true? Is it true? Raising a child with disability does bring it misfortune and unhappiness? I don't think so. I don't think many people believe in that, but many at the same time, many people feel that way, but at the same time, many mothers feel happiness after having a disability, not a disability, differently able child. So my study is to investigate the factor of happiness by interviewing mothers who raise a child with disabilities and then also who have a high subjective sense of happiness by Oxford Happiness Questionnaires. So I interviewed three mothers. My interview was done uh, 2019 to 2020, almost 5 years ago. And then my ethical review was done by Ryokuko University. And then this research method is by the life story analysis. And then the study structured unique stories span out in the relationship between interviewee and interviewer from the perspective of the narrative approach of social work. And then these are questions I made to the mothers. 5 questions. What would you tell me your life history? I would like to hear your life story. And then what is the hardship and the difficulty? And then what is the happiness and the joy? And then what events that made you change your value? And then what event and incidents changed your life? And these 5 questions. But here before talk about the interview, I'd like to talk about the shiawase, the happiness in Japanese. Shiawase is a Japanese word, meaning happiness, but which is originated in like a Nara period, long time ago, like a 710. Shi means to do. And awaseru means putting together. Originally means putting what I do and what others do together. So that means shiawase doesn't have any meaning about good or anything. Shiawase is having good connection with others. So this doesn't mean any positive meaning or negative meaning. Just put things together with my behavior and someone's behavior, or maybe some intention from the God or heaven, whatever who gave me, and then I put together my behavior with that maybe destiny, whatever. But at a long time ago, a long, long time ago, this is old story, ancient time in Edo period. Japanese people consider the word shiawase as a destiny. Things happen as it is, or like a bubble of one short moment, like money, wealth, love affair, that kind of thing is not need for everyday life. So it doesn't have to be a shiawase. It's like more like a shiawase we use in modern word is more like a happiness, but in this ancient era, the shiawase doesn't mean that kind of thing. So again, shiawase is now here in Japanese in Japan. Japanese people use shiawase meaning happiness is like more good thing, positive occasion. But ancient time, that kind of meaning was used sakiwai. Sorry, sakiwai is a saku means blooming, like this cherry blossom blooming. Saku means more like people are having good wealth or being rich or healthy, that kind of meaning. The old people, ancient people felt flower blooming is the same as people having a good condition. So sakiwai means shiawase, I mean happiness at that moment. I mean in the ancient era. So word shiawase, happiness in Japanese, is examined from the Buddhism word engi. Oh, what's happening? Engi. Engi is originally compound en, refer to association or connection. Ki refers to the occurrence or movement. So engi is the concept that all things, phenomena are related to influence each other. So that is the same meaning as shiawase of ancient time. Each event does not exist independently, but it's connected to other events, each others. So in Buddhism, enki is important in all things are interdependent. I'm sorry, interdependent, not independent. So I am here not only because I am alone. I have connection with maybe somebody like Caroline invited me to the speech, or I'm a social worker because my family or whatever influence I am acting, my behavior is connecting to the something I don't expect. You know what I mean? But shiawase, the word happiness, the modern time, the word shiawase has been changing many times. In Meiji period, we had a new government. Capital moved to from Kyoto to Tokyo, and a Western culture was imported. So living style was changed dramatically, and then people start look for wealth and more materialized and then convenient way of living. So shiawase was combined with the English word happiness in this time. So Western culture changed the word meaning of the word. Okay, now here I'd like to introduce a word fukugo, or maybe takarago, fukusuke, fukumushi. That means every word means child of the blessing. In 18th and in 19th, that is a Meiji or Taisho and early Showa period. That is at the time of Japan had a war. Handicapped children were called fukugo. takarago, fukusuke, and fukumushi. And this word means these happy thing, good meaning, and then valued as a being who brought good fortune and treasure to their family. Fuku means fortune and bliss and lucky. Takara means treasure and ko is child. So in that time, well, not many people, but in the countryside, I think this idea was believed in the countryside. If the family had a disabled child, they believe in this child will bring the happiness to the family. So we have to take care of the kids really well. So that is because the disability kid will bring the divine message. Instead of being unable to do the same thing as ordinary people, disabled persons were considered as being who could understand the intention of God, Buddha, or maybe the heaven. And then the people accepted things that the human could not understand with a sense of, oh, in the Tohoku region, people believe that the taklaka or treasure field, that is a word, takala, like let's say treasure. And then for many, says fool brings similar to kami, God would bring treasure to the region. That is the old belief. The economic richness of the country is not tied to the personal happiness in Japan. That is because, as I mentioned before, Japanese culture was westernized, and then Japan got into the war period for many years, and then we were really poor, but we worked so hard. Our Asian ancestors worked really hard. Japanese GDP is now it's fourth in the world. That was 2023. So it seems to be rich, but not many people are really rich, as I tell the truth. And at the same time, World Happiness Ranking in 2024, Japan is the 51st of 106 countries. That is maybe almost a half behind. So it does mean economic richness doesn't mean the happiness to the people. Okay, so we go back to the question, is disability is misery and happiness? Even if the people with disability are alive, they create unhappiness. That is the criminal. I mentioned it before who stabbed 45 of severe physical intellectual disability at the living facility in the Kanagawa on July 26, 2016. So this incident made me think about to do this research. Is it true? Is it really true that disability is a misery and happiness? But in that time, there's still stigma on disability, and it is still, we do have a stigma. Disability people are feeling stigmas, and then prejudice and indifference toward the persons with indifferences and the intolerance toward the persons with disability in Japan. But the Japanese government are aiming an inclusion society, blah blah blah, as you know. Yeah, it is on the government mission, but it's not really happening. Well, still, and I don't know. It depends on the place. Okay, here. This is. I'm sorry. I'm my. It's back and forth. This is the story about happiness again. Uh, this is my hypothesis. I made it this figure changing of meaning in Japanese language, shiawase, happiness, how they was changed. At the beginning, on the top of the yellow part, a chance meeting from the universe. That is the shiawase, I mean, happiness. I use the shiawase word at the beginning, chance meeting from the universe. And then second, things that are gone in the moment. And then third, continuity of the life, including health, family, and longevity. That is considered as a happiness. And then Western culture came in, and in this time, houses, assets, and ownership can be a happiness, shiawase. But we experienced a big disaster, like a nuclear war, nuclear explosion, and a tsunami, and then we have earthquake. Now many people are thinking about the normal everyday life can be the happiness. We don't need any fancy assets and house and cars. So this means in essence, happiness, shiawase means accepting things that are beyond one's control and valuing events, including oneself, that exist in here and now. It seems to be a passive attitude. However, it is a proactive and active attitude that tries to free itself from the framework of society and the assumption of others. So if we are tied or maybe we have to obey to the society or somebody's control, I cannot be happy. I cannot be shiawase. So I can be accepting things and then I decide to take control on something that is beyond my control. It can be something wrong. It can be something wrong, but yeah, it is true. This is my assumption so far. Okay, next. Oh, okay, here I would like to introduce a story of Tamane, a girl on wheelchair and her mother. I interviewed her mother. She is in this girl, this lady in Tamane. Tamane was born in June 1990, and the doctor told her mother, "Your daughter has a Down syndrome. We cannot examine her any further in the hospital, so she just vomited blood. So she had a defect in the duodenum and the heart." Though I'm sorry about my pronunciation. Right after birth, she had many surgery until turning 1. She could walk, even she had the Down syndrome, but just before the 3 years old, she got a cold and then she lost the nerve. I mean, I don't know if that was cold or anything. She was walking in the morning, and then after she woke up and up, her bottom felt nothing. She was unable to walk just before the 3. So transnerve myelitis TM transnerves myelitis. I cannot pronounce that is her disease. That is a disease. This disease is caused by blocking nerve signals across the wires of the spinal cord to back and forth. Place spinal cord information. So now she lost her control on her feet. So she had to use the wheelchair. But her mom decided to create the best environment as possible for Tamane. So she chose to let her into the special class of local elementary school. The disability kids are supposed to be in special special school, but she decided not to go. She chose to stay in a local school and a special class in a local school for disabled children. That was that was a lot of work for her mother. Mother have to be responsible to the child. Mother have to take Tamane to school every single day. And then every 4 hours, she went to school for her toilet help. And then mom have to go to school trips, taking with a 3-year-old younger sister. So for the elementary school, it was the first time to accept a wheelchair student with medical care. So the school didn't know what to do. Tamane's mother needs help. So she talked to the educational board, caseworker, child counselor, consultation center, and the school teachers, and then appealed to the Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare of Japan. And it took 4 years. And then she got a right to get a nurse, uh, visiting nurse to school for taking care of Tamane. But this was the new system to the local school to have a nurse staying and then help the kids with medical care. At the time, Tamane was fifth grade, so she has one more year to go. Then the mother realized disabled kids cannot play with a friend in the community. She just go to school and home and back and forth. So mother decided to establish a after school program for children with physical handicap and then named Dandelion. So she tried to make Tamane play with the local friends. Now she's in the junior high schools with special needs. And then uh, this is a high school kana. In Tamane, she had an internship at the bakery cafe. In Japan, most kids with disability have to get a work internship at the school because they are not expected to go to university or more like a higher education. They are expected to work in a welfare setting. That is the most situation. So Tamane did the internship at the bakery cafe. She loved it, but the reality is because she had to have a medical care, she cannot get a job at the cafe. Not any cafe with welfare setting. Welfare setting, even the welfare setting cafe didn't want to take Tamane because she had medical care. So Tamane's mom decided to establish a cafe. She made a NPO. She decided to be a chairperson of NPO, Nico's company, and then she opened a kitchen cafe, Nico's Kitchen, for Tamane. So now Tamane is the manager of the cafe, who is owned by her mom. She's working, but she's not really working, but she's kind of like a person uh who greet the customer, and then She might be sobbing sometime when I visited. When she feel good, she sobs the dishes, but well, not all the time. But it's nice to have her in a cafe, so she greet us. So this is her mom, Tamane, and her mom and sister. She said, I did not mean to change society. I am only a mom who spoke up for my daughter. I wish companies and the people hear my voice and make changes by everyone supporting each other. So I just wanted my girls to be happy and smile. That's her mom's. This is one of my story from my interview. Here in Japan, this is the statistics. Number of disabled people in Japan is this much. physically physically handicapped challenged persons for 4.3 to 33 million. Intellectually challenged persons 1,000 more than no one I cannot count 194 and the mentally handicapped person is 6,000 no 600 600 wow I cannot pronounce but this can be almost 92% of total population which means 1 out of 10 of whole population has any kind of disability, I mean, challenge or whatever, disabled or challenged or differently abled, whatever the word. So, so this is not a rare number, not a small number, I think. And then we have a very high aged society. 1/3 of the population is over 65 years old. And then maybe 10-15% is a 75 years old. And then I'm sorry, this is old numbers. And then statistics of employment in Japan for persons with disability is not really good. Even they don't have any like intellectual damage or intellectual problems. I mean challenge. People cannot. It is difficult to get a full-time job for disability people. And then majority are working in welfare setting agencies like this. And then we have three different type of welfare service: employment transfer support, and then continuous employment support A type, which uh, 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 disabled people can be paid the minimum wage. And then others, continuous employment support B type is their salary, I mean not salary, payment is very, very low, very, very low. The wage is depend on the person's ability, and it's just like just a small amount. It's 15,000 per month is average, which is I don't know if we stayed a hotel one night, I can spend this money easily. So, and then other people daily life care. Daily life care is not a working condition. It's more like a daycare type of facility. And the majority of disabled persons are stay in the kind of like a daily life care daycare setting. But I did some interview to persons with disabilities who are working in a welfare setting. This I did this research like when this like 8 years ago, I guess, and this was interesting. Um, This girl, she loves music. She enjoyed singing and dance. And she said, I feel happy when I meet my favorite staff and members at work. And she with big smile. What she does in the facility is cut the paper and prepare lapping. And she really proud of what she does. And then this boy, he answered, I feel happy when I got a bonus. And then he can buy something with the money he earned. He was really proud of earning monies. He's working support type B. And then, yeah, let's keep going. I don't have much time. He was fun. I feel happy when I'm working. He has a big smile and he said I love working. I'm happy being the work. And he cannot move half of his body. It's paralyzed. But he is working on the craft department. Yeah, craft. He does the craft. And there's two persons. The guy answered we feel no, they answered all together. We feel happy when we came up good ideas for our products. Creation is happiness. So yeah, they are making a food, konyaku and the miso, like Japanese traditional food, and then they love the work. They just love the work, and then they were so proud of what they do. And this lady, she is a waitress at the cafe. And then she says, I'm happy when customers say, thank you, it was delicious. And she was so proud of what she does. Yeah, you can tell easily when we feel happy. When do you feel happy? People feel happy when we are having a role and a connection to others and a connection to the society. And that create happiness. So which is bring us to the self efficiency. You can say that self efficiency. Economic efficiency may not be important value as it used to be. Minimum living support for making self decision is surely needed for everyone. It doesn't matter we have able or disabled or whatever. Money is the producer of life, not the purpose. We use money for make our life happy. The inclusive society with various different value makes happiness. Yeah. Respect to the human dignity. Everyone admits his or her role to help and to be helped each other would be the most important value for us to make whole world happy. So that is true because the disabled persons is not really happy when they are served or helped. They are happy they can work, they can be somebody, they can work for somebody, they can do something to do for somebody. You know what I mean? They can be um, useful person. We and then they are really proud of what they does. Okay, having a disability is no longer a rare circumstances in Japan, even though there is still a bit of misunderstanding and then disagreement. People with unique talent and abilities are making difference in Japanese society. Okay, now here I would like to introduce you some examples of heroes of disability setting. For examples, okay? Here's one. Avatar Robot Cafe Down. And this is the robot. And and then here's a guy with a wheelchair. This is an example. he can be a pilot of the robot of Ori at the cafe to serve people. You can go to the YouTube or homepage of the Ori robot cafe down. I think I can share, but I have to go quickly. So with the using this Ori Hime robot, people can be a pilot. People can this people with physical disability or maybe anxiety or mental disability or psychiatric disability, whatever, who is difficult to get out the house can work as a official worker at the cafe. So Robot Cafe Down is really popular in Tokyo now. And second, Helaluboni is a fashion leader, fashion company. They use the art done by the disabled, so-called disabled persons, like a Down syndrome, the intellectual disabled, whatever, and the craft and the art, and then they make it merchandise like these clothes, bags, scarf, and outfit, or maybe furnitures, curtains, whatever produce. And then it's a kind of the art itself can be sold also. So you can check the homepage and then you can buy the beautiful products done by the talented artist who is called disability, disabled, maybe differently abled. And this is the Atelier Yamanami Atelier. As everyone working here is are disabled, so-called disabled, but they make beautiful artworks, beautiful, beautiful. And then many of them are sold in gallery in New York or Paris, and then maybe Europe, somewhere in Europe, Paris, Milano, I can remember, but it's really, really expensive. And yeah, so these artwork are done by so-called disabled persons. And she is a calligrapher, Shoko Kanazawa, with Down syndrome. She is a famous, famous calligrapher. Her mother also was a calligrapher, and she taught her, Shoko, to work on the calligraphy because she was excluded from elementary school when she was like 10 or 9. So she was trained to be a calligrapher really, really hard by her mother, but she is one of the famous calligraphers in Japan. Okay, happiness is determined by what we receive in the given situation. So this is what one of the form of happiness described by a mother I interviewed. So happiness can be found in any circumstance depending on the subjective and the individual. And then because my university is a Buddhism university, I do my research from the Buddhism. Does not come by eliminating problems and difficulties. We must accept the difficulties and hardship as they are. Then we find happiness in them, in the difficulties. The greater the suffering, the greater the joy, the greater the happiness. I don't know, some people might be disagreeing, but this can be true. As long as I interview the mothers with disability kids, they are experiencing so hard things, but they are so happy because uh they experienced the hardship. That made her happy. Many of them said so. Okay, thank you. I think I'm done. If you have any question, and please give me an email, or maybe I'm on the Instagram. Is that okay? I think we have a time to discuss a little bit.
Yes, a little moment, Mijo. Wow, it's
Okay.
an excellent presentation. Congratulations. Really, I appreciate. We should feel happy to feel. Moment, I am accepting the people who's entering now. Yeah, we should feel happy to help each other. The stories you have present to us are very interesting. Wow, the statistics you have shown, we see the magnitude that exists and that we really need to take this issue seriously and see strategies for people to work together and sharing with people with difficulties. Really is a very good research you have done, no? How long it take you to do this
Oh no, no. I
research?
mean, I'm doing this for several years almost. Oh, I can't remember. Maybe 8, 10 years. I have to done. I have to complete it. It, yeah, I have to complete it.
Yeah, but it was very good,
Can
Miho.
I hear maybe somebody's maybe opinion or insight or whatever questions?
Let's see. People was watching you on YouTube also. Now,
Ah,
este, if someone have some questions, you are free to speak. Maybe Sana, Raquel, no? Or maybe Ameline, you've been here present also.
you can pick up the question from the YouTube or no?
Just comment that there are
Comments.
comments. Oh, okay, but
Can you, yeah, can you pick up any comments if you have?
say good morning from Mariana Ramirez from Mexico.
Oh,
Eh,
Mariana.
Maria Elena, good morning from Peru. Say hi. No? Mm, yeah, people just were saying hi.
Nice. Nice. Well, I just want to mention I got this necklace in Panama. You remember?
Yes,
Yeah,
a
this is
ver,
Panamanian
ciao.
earring. Can you see?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
wearing this for honored for Panamanian social
yeah,
work.
yeah, yes. Yeah, I see. Oh,
See,
wow, good. That's
see, yeah,
nice, a nice necklace.
nice. Yes, thank you. Yeah, well, I don't know. What I talked about is just one perspective from my perspective, and it might be different from other if other person talk
Albert
about
John,
them.
let us know what you think.
Yes, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Miko, for the amazing uh, presentation. I will be presenting next, and it's always useful
Oh.
to make a link between two presentations. Can you give us some insight on the theoretical foundations for working with people with disabilities from a clinical social work perspective? Um, how how do social workers in Japan prepare for clinical social work with people with disabilities? What kind of training and education is there? And is there any specific theoretical orientation that guides your practice?
Ooh, kind of hard question because we are in social work in social work. I mean, not it's difficult to say that because we are a shortage of the helpers, workers in a social work field, especially disability and elder care. So not many people are proper. I don't want to use that word, but properly trained as a social worker or caregiver. They have to hire as many as people. So most of them are maybe just trained as a care worker or maybe a child care nursery, like a child caregiver. Yeah, that's it. Or teacher, maybe trained as a teacher. And so not many people are trained as a social worker in a social work setting. So that is, for me, it's kind of still sad, not sad, but a difficult situation to talk about social work, clinical social work topic in a welfare setting in Japan. Social and the thing is, the licensed social work is not mandatory to work to be hired as a welfare setting. We any any profession, not any teachers, childcare, elderly caregiver can be hired in disability care and elderly care. So does it make sense? Do I
Yeah, thank
answering
you very
correct to
much.
you?
That's a very good insight and a useful starting point for my presentation when I speak about the definition of clinical social
Oh,
worker from the International Association of Schools of Social Work, and how we all try and find a way forward in terms of global social work norms and standards for training. So yeah, I'm
yeah.
glad that you mentioned that
Yes, it
context
is.
in
It is
Japan.
very difficult. Yes, it is very difficult to find a field study uh setting because not many licensed social worker is working in a field. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it is for like a university as a teacher, it is really difficult to find a good mentor for students. Well, I don't want to say that, but yes, people are working really hard. They are trying their best, but the on-the-job training is not enough for them, I should say. Yeah. And even the company who is making a profit can do that child care and disability care. So they're doing not really good. I'm shame on. I don't want to say that. Shame on my country, but yes, that's true. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mijo, for your presentation. Was excellent, really, and appreciate that your work and for stay here now today. Well,
Thank
now
you.
is now it's time for
Yes,
Professor John.
thank you. I don't know if I did good, but well, I'm done.
You
Thank
did very well.
you. Thank you so much.
Later, I will put the subtitles in Spanish. When everything
Ah,
finish, the Congress finish, I will just do the translating, no? Because many people in my country speak Spanish and in Latin America too, no?
yes.
But they need to do the
I
subtitles.
wish I could speak Spanish.
No, but
But
it's okay
yeah.
because all this knowledge that you guys are speaking on this day is very important for us because we don't know so much things, right? So that is very important. Yeah, I
Thank
appreciate your
you.
help for
Thank you.
us.
Gracias.
Yeah, you see, arigato, arigato.
Arigato. Yes, arigato.
Arigato,
Gracias.
arigato.
Nice to see you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for holding the big conference. You
Yeah, it
you
was
your hard work and input was so appreciated. Thank you so much.
yeah, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. You know, it's everything for social work.
All right, right. Okay, see you then. Bye bye.
Bye, mijo. Bye.